Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Wow. I love this time slot. It usually allows me a little bit of time between activities to be able to check in with you guys. And I just briefly tuned in and was in this deep amount of gratitude for the day and for all of the beautiful people that showed up today. And it was really very heartfelt for me. There were donations. We appreciate the donations. We sent them with Hannah. She's going to go ahead and distribute them. She is around that area. She lives in that area. And so she will go ahead and do that for us. And so we'll coordinate that way. And I love you guys. Welcome to ClairEssence. I really wasn't sure what I was going to talk about today yet. I do know because they've been talking to me about this for a while. And it's time to bring the subjects forward so that we can begin to understand and acclimate to the new energies that are coming in. The new energies that are coming in are they're open because everybody's very psychic right now. Everyone's really open. So if you are connected to a greater volume of energy, like let's say you have a modality like a pranic healer, or an energetic modality, Reiki, okay? And you have a greater volume of energy that you have access to, all right? You're going to be able to right your ship faster than someone who doesn't know how to navigate this new paradigm, because we're in a new lifestyle and it shifted and we all felt it. All right. And so now we're reinterpreting our experience. And in that, we start with like, well, we know what it is. And then we digress and we get to where we know what it isn't. And then we let go. And so we experience duality that way a lot. When we're in our mean node, we have a lot of, I would say, opportunities to practice humility, develop grace, allow the vibration of grace. And when we allow those opportunities to be part of us in that energetic, it can allow us to kind of open up in a more purposeful or intentional way to what's going on. And then you feel yourself relax. Okay? Rather than stand outside, be. Then none of it. See? It'll open you. It'll drop backpacks of books off of your back just by relaxing into your body. It's like you shrug off little bits and pieces of like what you've experienced physically in whatever course of time it took for you to come back to this part of like embodying your physical self. We're in a very deep understanding of the physical self, right? And we're beginning to illuminate that through our psyche and in our subconscious. And because we're more willing, it's getting more open. And in that opening, the quantum fields are opening. The waves are not bouncing from one another. They're moving through one another. There's almost an entrainment, yet still this nebulous harmony, right? Or a symphony, if you will. If you can practice sitting still and slowing down your breath, right? Like you could give it a count of like 4 in and then hold it for 4 and then exhale 4, hold for 4, and then repeat or begin your own rhythmic breathing. When you focus on that, your nervous system begins to relax and really take in the oxygen that you're bringing in, right? We mostly breathe nitrogen, all right? We exhale 70% of the toxins that are in our body. That's how we express toxins. That's like a huge amount, right? So we must talk a lot. We breathe for sure, all right? Okay, so when you start to reference the physical self and you're in awareness of your energetic body, you can move between the two perceptions. If you can understand you're still in a oneness field. That's what creates that understanding of cyclic time or everything happening all at once. That's how that happens. Okay. That's why managing your energetic field right now is very important. How you manage your field is adding to the vibrational understanding of everyone, because we're coming into an understanding of this oneness. If we could do it gently and purposely, it'd be easier. But we're like birds slamming into windows. So, do your best. I don't know why they gave me that analogy. That was just TMI for me. Okay. Wow. And how you can do that is to regulate your physical systems. When you can physically regulate your system you can slow your breath, really get into your body, embody your body physically, be really aware of that. Ground every day. The reason that grounding right now is super important is because, and physically grounding, not just mentally grounding. Physically grounding until you can combine the thought and feeling to an actuation, all right? To where you're standing on the earth, you sense your energetic field, where it is here, because this is where it's at when you're not grounded. It feels outside of you, all right? And then that's when you bring it around and down and through you, right? And you can feel it start to come through. This is your energetic field. This is your intention. It's yours and yours alone. So you're bringing your energy back into your physical field. That's how you do it. You do it purposely. You let it keep coming in like big, like you. Okay. And you might feel like, okay, that's good. Now my body's starting to feel like it's seated again, right? So here I am. I'm going to keep allowing that energy to move all the way down past my derriere, down past my knees. There we go. Okay. Now I'm wondering if this is actually going to work. Okay. So again, pulling energy back up. All right. Focus, pull the energy down, connect to the gravitational pull that you know is there. All right. Okay. Connect there. Connect to that gravitational pull, the one that says, I am Earth. I am Earth. Come home. That one. That one. Yeah, there you go. And go all the way down until, I like to say, your energy kisses the earth. Okay? And in that connection, just stay there for a second. If you could stay there and just kind of breathe until everybody gets there, right? Because it's like all of us are doing this at once. And so maybe there's lag time and maybe it's going to be a second, but we're just going to come in and do it. All right. This is going to allow us to foster continuity, all right, in the energetic frequency. All right. The vibe that we're in right now is quite high. We are in an energetic field of whatever we would like. All right. It's a very open field. It's something that you're all lined up for. And how you are lined up is through a feeling and a thought being combined that'll turn all of your cells on at once and moving in harmony together. Now, that's what being alert is. That's what clarity is. All right. And you did that simply by having the thought of grounding, bringing the energy of grounding. So it became a physical experience in your sensory awareness. Your nervous system began to relax, right? You turned it into that with your mind and you allowed that communication to happen in your body because it is real. Okay. It's fine. And when you do that purposely, you can connect to the earth, and the earth will kind of cut out all the other EMFs that are out there, all the other frequencies like the phone and all of that has all the distortions around you. It also allows you, kind of like copper, to discharge into the earth, all right, and self-regulate. Self-regulating is something that's produced in our chromosomes. It allows you to self-regulate your emotional body. And that is done through your heart brain and the cell network in communication to your sensory awareness and nervous system. That's how you feel. All right. You'll choose an emotion and determine whether you want to feel it. Sorry. Okay. When you get a deeper sense of a feeling or an emotion, and it is something that you feel that you would like to perpetuate in the future. Let's say one day you are extremely happy, extremely exuberant. And a lot of times you may have heard things like, well, what'd you do to make it that way? And you'll look at the tangibles, you'll look at the external things that caused you to be happy. All right. I want you just that that isn't what I have experienced. All right. This is what I've experienced. We'll have contemplation. And we have contemplation, which is thought. And so we'll bring in possibility. Maybe it could be this. Maybe I'd like that. And we're already in an experience. This experience has not ended yet, all right? And we're continuing to manifest in that experience. If we once in a while could stop and recognize where we're at in the experience, whatever it is, no matter what it is, and allow ourselves to breathe, that's always important, and kind of measure it in a percentage as to what our current end game is, or goal, or orientation, expectation is, right? And see how percentage wise we are there, right? Okay. And then ask if we could call it 100 at that moment and go, oh, this has been a beautiful experience, right? Thus far. Okay. And then blessing it for what it is. It becomes less in your physical experience because you're in recognition, all right, and acknowledgement of the energy in your field, all right? And you could feel how it kind of removes itself. I call it putting itself back into the Akashic records of your life. All right? Sitting with yourself, allowing you to have these experiences is important. That's what we're here for. Giving yourself permission to be the author and authority in your life is very important. And you're going to be right because it will be through your perception and truth that you interpret your experience, which makes it perfect every single time. When you are working with energy and you have a thought, the thought will create two things, to express things. It'll be a wave and some light. And it will look for, all right, or gravitate toward another light frequency that is a match for it. And it may not be articulated. Maybe it's balloons, okay? But it's not always balloons. Maybe it's balloons and hot dogs, all right? What an analogy. That was good. That must have been Loki. So, I love my life. I love my life, okay? The idea is, how did you feel in that moment when you either received or you gave away something that made you go, oh, or happy, right? Because you were feeling that in that moment and you chose to feel that in that moment. And then we'll associate whatever the experience is to that emotion and feeling. That's why we consider love, romantic love, all right? Romantic love. It's different than love. No, love is a vibe. Love is a vibration. You can feel love. You can feel love if you choose to allow yourself to feel the vibration of love unattached to circumstance. You can choose any vibration that you wish to feel without circumstance, without situation, because it's familiar to your sensory awareness, to your intuition. So intuitively, you know how something feels. So you'll dip into it because you look to see if it's a vibrational match. Now you have a signature that you can refer to if it shows up again. Oh, I remember it's this. Sometimes you get 2 or 3. Now you have to have a discord and understand yourself a little bit more. That's what happens. You're always reading. Everyone is reading their energy field all the time. Your thoughts are energetic. Your feelings are sensory. And when you combine them, it's physical. And that allows you to move forward in a different direction. Okay, so if you were to think about your heart chakra, like this area right here, your heart chakra, and you imagined that you were unwinding some of the emotional burden that you may be feeling for any reason, right? And then it just keeps unwinding. And then you just remove it and put it in some spirit acid next to you. You're going to notice a shift. And it came out like tentacles. Isn't that wild? Right? And you did that yourself through an intention in an understanding of quantum energy. All right? See, everybody's clearing right now. It feels good, right? So when we get together and we practice these things and we allow ourselves to be the authority, it doesn't mean that we negate the divine. We celebrate the divine. The divine is our guidance, the God of our understanding, our higher power, source energy, however you refer to that. What it means to you, that's right. It's correct. There's no need to argue. We are all here to articulate it differently. That's what it's for. That's what it's for. It's called expansion. Oh my gosh. All right. So give yourself kind of a break. It feels as though there is a shift in the oh, I see. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I'm gonna have to go.